So what's the deal when it comes to automation and automating your betting strategies and trading techniques on Betfair and the exchanges and other places too? Well, earlier in this week, Andy Capp asked this question on the screen here. Very good question. Si also wanted to know the answer. We'll put that on screen for you in just a second. But basically, Andy wanted to know was, future potential question, would you recommend automation for newbie traders to eliminate emotionally charged decision making, or should you first cut your teeth with manual trading? So fair question, let's get straight into it. Before I do, just to let you know, we do have a followers Q&A playlist on this channel. It's been there a long time. There's a lot of questions on there, so check that out if you've got something that hasn't already been answered. If it hasn't, then also add it in the comments down below and I'll look at answering it in future videos. So first of all, is it for newbies? Can it help you cut out the emotion? Emotion is the biggest enemy for any new trader. So it's great that Andy's acknowledged that straight away, as has Si underneath there. But you need to cut out the emotion from your trading in order to be successful. Can't control your trigger finger, you're banging trouble early on. That said, is automation useful for newbies? And I would say, broadly speaking, for the majority of people watching this video, the answer is no. However, there is a section of people who it's certainly something that I would encourage to pursue. I'll explain my reasons for that, and I'll also show you a couple of different applications and areas that you want to focus on if you're getting into this as a newbie. So first of all, why would this not apply to the majority of people? Well, there's two reasons that come into this, okay? The first one is the people who specialize in automation are nerds, okay? They are bang on the money in terms of coding, understanding the analytics, how the API works, all that kind of stuff. Technical information that has always been beyond me, not something that I focus and specialise in, and I don't think the vast majority of people will. So that's the reason for answering it in that way. If you're one of those people who's already done, years of uni coding, you understand how the API works, you can create your own software, you can write your own programs, you can plug in directly, then it would certainly be for you. So that's the segment of people that it would be useful for. Now, there are some out-of-the-box solutions for this also, and I'll explain more about those in just a second, but they are at a mild disadvantage to those people who do have the skills and all that stuff at their disposal early on. The second point is speed, okay, which sort of overlaps there. So if you've read the book Flash Boys, which is a financially based trading book, a story of something that happened in years gone by in the financial markets, but think of it like this, for every one person of you that's trying to do X, Y, or Z strategy on the exchanges, there's probably a whole host of other people trying to do the same. Now, if somebody can get a speed advantage, their servers are closer to the Betfair servers, their software is faster, is cleaner, then they can get a few milliseconds over you, which means their bets can enter the betting queue in the marketplace below you, and they have an advantage over getting your bets matched. So you've got to compete with people who are super nerds in terms of coding, and you've got to compete with people who understand how all this works and will be trying to get the jump on you in terms of speed. So if you're Joe Blogs back in your bedroom, or wherever you're trading at home, and you're using a third-party application and you've not thought about these things, you're already miles behind them, okay? So that's not to say you couldn't find something that works, you could, but a lot of the time, the most effective routes and the obvious routes and the most profitable routes have already been hacked into by these people who specialise in this area. If you do specialise in them areas, then it might be something you want to get into. Absolutely, can't turn you away from that. But I don't think it's an effective answer for the masses, okay? It will help you take your emotion out of your trading, as you say in the question there, Andy. Certainly a good thing to do. Emotion is the number one killer for anybody who's getting into trading. But the real benefits that come down to the specifics when we're talking about this is having no extra delays, plugging straight into the API, writing your own software, your own code, and having no chance of the software vendor seeing your trades and information, because obviously I don't think that it's ethically right, and I don't think that necessarily all these vendors would do this, but there is also potential for the third party to see your transactions and bets going into the marketplace, and therefore it could also be copied or jumped in front of you also. So they're the reasons that I would give personally there. They're the reasons that I've not pursued automation heavily myself. However, automation can be useful in terms of analysing the marketplace, where all of those things don't necessarily apply to you as a problem. So for example, you could create an Excel spreadsheet, plug into a software program like Gruss, monitor the marketplace, see the traded volumes coming in, see how things are jinking back and forwards between each other. It's not time sensitive, it's just information. Well, it's relatively time sensitive, but we're not talking about milliseconds and triggering bets into the marketplace. But you get that information there. It's not totally time sensitive, and also you're not placing bets via it, so that doesn't really matter either. So it can be highly useful in that sense, in terms of understanding the market, visualizing what's going on. Also, if you have the skills in Excel to write the various triggers and all the things that you want and plug in to a third party that then plugs into the API. So there's some good programs for that. I'll share them on the screen, but the Betfair Learning Directory's got a big list of software programs that you can use for automation. There's a little tab you can select at the top there, which will help you and show you all the ones that do have those facilities. So I wouldn't deter anybody from giving it a go. I would just say that you need to be specialist. You need to understand exactly what's going on there. If you want to reduce the emotion and take that out of your trading through the use of automation, it's likely to be for a very small niche of people, and it's not something that I personally would want to get stuck into myself, and that's why I haven't done that in the past. That said, I can see the benefits of using it in some areas.